So there's going to be a new PTR coming on the 25th of May, I guess tomorrow. And with that, we're going to see a bunch of new stuff for the Season 2 of New World Blood of Sands. But the big thing for us PvP guys, we are going to get a new 3v3 arena, and on top of it, we are going to have cross-world outpost rush. These are huge for, I guess, different reasons, but yeah, us PvP guys desperately waiting for some new PvP content or updates. So let's talk a little bit about what's coming with this patch. We're going to see that new season story, of course. There's going to be a new season's pass to go with it, and of course, those new cosmetics and consumables like Transmog tokens. Yeah, Transmog is also coming with this patch. That is massive. Oh my god, this is something that I think players have wanted in this game for a very long time, especially considering that some of the armor sets in this game are super ugly and other ones look super good. I'm excited to see how they're going to implement this. We'll all get to test it tomorrow, but this is super huge for New World. I'm not sure how much of an impact this will have on the game, but yeah, I think people are wanting this one and people will come back to at least see it. And let's skip ahead right away to that new 3v3 arena map so you guys can take a peek at it. All we have is this one image here, but let's talk a little bit about it. The old arena was just simply 2 pillars, which was a very basic arena design, but I think it did have some merit to its design for sure, encouraging a variety of different ranged and melee combat. This arena here, I think, heavily favors someone who wants to kite and use ranged. I'm not sure how the fire coming in at the end of the round is going to work. They might use a different mechanic entirely, but the way that this is structured at the moment, we see the stairs on the outsides here. If the fire comes in and someone's camping up top, they can't use the stairs, or you couldn't use the stairs to get up to them, yeah, that could be very problematic. So I'm not sure how this arena is going to play. You might even be able to make a jump from the center of arena to these platforms here as well. But it looks like it is going to be a very different, kind of more similar to Outpost Rush-esque playstyle. I think if there is no fire coming in from the sides, this could be a great design to deal with ranged opponents as well, because you have height and terrain to kind of line of sight those ranged attacks and work yourself into a better position. Yeah, this one I'm going to play a lot. We're going to upload some footage of it so you guys can see exactly how all the mechanics work, but I'm very excited to try it out. For now, it's just speculation based on this single image that we have. And then there is a new trial, an elite trial arena of Sha Nashen, the Devourer, and this is not only going to be a 20-player raid, which is pretty interesting because this is going to allow, I guess, a new grouping mode for 20 players, but there is going to be a new heart rune that you get from this activity as well, called the Devourer. So it'll be exciting to see that being added to combat too. And then there's going to be a seasonal trial called the Hatchery for 10 plus players. So yeah, some more kind of raid group content. And here we talked about raid groups. You'll be able to create a group of up to 20 players to communicate, coordinate, and share spoils across large-scale open world activities. Very interesting, especially for things like chest runs. I think that this is going to be maybe a welcome change, unless you have like 25 people. I'm not sure how that will work out. Cross-world Outpost Rush. You are going to be able to play Outpost Rush with any world within the same server region. So, for some people, this is not going to be a huge difference because there's only 1 or 2 worlds in their server region. But if you're like me and you play on NA East, Outpost Rush will be bumpin'. Oh my god, this is a reason for people who play on NA West to jump over to NA East if their ping isn't so bad and they really like PvP, because you are going to be able to get much more variety in opponents in Outpost Rush thanks to this. And yeah, as a PvP guy, all I can say is it sucks to fight the same people over and over. Variety is definitely welcome. They also said there are going to be some Outpost Rush adjustments. They want to make the gameplay even more engaging, and this will include reduced wait times, increased focus on objectives, and increased damage from siege weapons. Of course, that's not the whole list, but there are going to be some changes to one of my favorite PvP game modes, so I'm excited to see what we're going to see there. First Light is basically being turned into an Angry Earth Horde zone. More on that when we get on the public test realm, but yeah, there's going to be a big restructure to that area for this coming season at least. And of course, that new heart rune ability, the Devourer, summon a sandworm to burst from the ground and damage anything within its path. So it looks like it's going to be an AoE focused damage rune. We'll see how that ends up working. And then, of course, we've got the seasonal event. The Summer Medley Fair is coming back. This is maybe one of my favorite events because hopefully we're going to get double XP on music, and I can finally grind out 200 music on my Iron Man. And there is a new Siege of Sulfur activity coming. And this is going to be, again, structured for about a 10-man max level group. And they can defend sandworm eggs from waves of sulfur elementals that seek to destroy them. So yeah, another group PvE-oriented activity. And again, I will test this out on the PTR. But it's nice. 3 separate PvE group activities aimed towards larger scale groups are being added with this upcoming PTR. So that's a lot. Now, they did talk about how the public test realm is just a test realm, etc. But the one thing I want to stress from all of this is that the PTR will officially open May 10th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you guys want to know when you can get on there to start testing as soon as possible. And on top of it, during this iteration of the PTR, they are also going to be testing everything in rolling waves. So don't expect to see everything on the PTR on the very first day. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I see Summer Medley Fair event and then Arena 3v3 map right at the top. Hopefully we get to test that tomorrow. And if you guys want a little bit more information on how to access the PTR, there's a link to this page here in the description of the video down below. And hopefully I see you guys on there and we can do some testing tomorrow. That is pretty exciting. Of course, I would love to hear what you guys think about the upcoming changes here, namely that new arena map. Let's speculate super hard because this is going to be a pretty big impact on arenas. I'm curious too if we're going to be able to choose the map or it's going to come out of something like a rotation. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed. Of course, if you want to catch me live, there's a link to my Twitch down below. If you have an awesome clip you want to see in the New World Top 5, you can send that to Kristofer at pvpnewworld.com. And I've got written guides on my website, pvpnewworld.com, if you guys want to check that out too. A quick thank you to our sponsor, ExpressVPN, for sponsoring the show. They can help keep you safe on the internet, and you can get a deal on your first purchase with them, thanks to the link down below. And a huge thank you to all of my patrons on Patreon, whether you've supported in the past, whether you're supporting now. Thank you, everybody, for helping to keep the show going. I'm excited to see what we're going to get here. Have a great night, everybody, and I'll see you next time.